Good morning. It is James Oliver Jr., the author of the book, The More You Hustle, The Luckier You Get. You can be a successful parentpreneur with today's dose of super dope inspiration. Reading chapter 15 from the book. Chapter 15 is called Why Your Business Idea is Probably Worthless. Anyway, you can cop the book at themoreyouhustle.com or on Kindle or iBooks, of course. So, while I'm reading, if you have any questions, let me know. Tag a parentpreneur, tag an entrepreneur, anybody with kids or job, trying to figure it out, thinking about a side hustle, thinking about taking the plunge for entrepreneurship. This book is for them. It will inspire them. They will thank you for putting them onto it. I promise you. All right, without further ado, chapter 15. Let's get it. Why your business idea is probably worthless. I love Twitter. Well, I used to. Side note, not so much anymore. Anyway, back to the book. I meet the most interesting people there. I recently connected with Paul Brunson on Twitter via an article he wrote, 20 Successful Habits I Learned Working for 2 Billionaires. That is a must read. But it was an article Paul shared on Twitter, The 3 Most Dangerous Half-Truths in Entrepreneurship by Tim Berry, that inspired this chapter. The article railed against doing what you love in business and against the myth about passion, persistence, and perseverance as the keys to success. Y'all know I'm all about doing what you love in business, and I like to quote Ben Horowitz, who says, the difference between successful and unsuccessful CEOs is only persistence. Yet I 100% agree with Tim that you must offer something of value to people that solves a real problem, for which they're willing to pay you enough money to build a viable business. If you don't do that, you should probably quit. Or just do what you love as a hobby, which is cool too, if that makes you happy. The cult of the business idea. It's Tim's last point about what he describes as, quote, the cult of the business idea, unquote, that really got my juices going. I love what Tim says here, quote, most of us seriously overvalue the role of the business idea, as if a good idea guarantees success. It doesn't. And a mediocre idea or old idea or copying somebody else's idea guarantees failure. They don't. End quote. That says it all. Execution matters. Everyone knows 8 out of 10 businesses fail. There are many reasons for this, and I suspect lack of execution is a big one. Without execution, your business idea is probably worthless. I see many startups come out of startup weekends with so much excitement from the ideators, but many of them never get past the napkin or business model stage and can't or don't execute for whatever reason. My favorite thing, though, is people who, without regard for what you've done, what you know works, what you can actually get done, unsolicitedly, start telling you what you should do. They just start shitting all over you. I recommend ignoring most people who shit on you. Otherwise, you risk getting distracted. And focus is key to execution. Don't shit on me. But I digress. The bottom line is, execution of a good idea matters. And without it, you've got nothing. Ignore people who say your idea is bad. Finally, I like to share a few thoughts about people who tell you your idea is bad. Don't listen to them. There were so many people who told me WeMontage was a terrible idea when I started. WeMontage hasn't exactly set the world on fire yet, but 3 years after launching, it has over $200,000 in sales and more than 2,000 extremely happy customers. I never would have gotten this far if I believed the naysayers, and if persistence wasn't my strongest attribute. So ignore the naysayers and haters. Like Mark Zuckerberg said, haters gonna hate. And as I like to say, ain'ters gonna ain't. Do listen to your customers, though. They will tell you if you have a product or service that is valuable. If you do, lean into the challenge of starting a business with all your energy. Stay focused on building a product or service that customers want and will pay for. And don't get distracted by chasing shiny new objects that don't help deliver against your value proposition. If your business idea doesn't work out the way you want, it's okay. You'll learn a lot from the experience. And most important, you won't end up as one of those people on their deathbed with regrets that they didn't have the courage to really do what they wanted in life, and the sad realization that they don't get a do-over, as far as we know. Like my man Mario Armstrong said, with complacency comes regret. Let's go. So that's chapter 15. Oh yeah, like, stop shitting on me. Don't shit on me, because I'm not here for it. Just had to get that off my chest. Yes, that's chapter 15. You can cop the book at themoreyouhustle.com on Kindle, iBooks. Please tag a friend. They will thank you for it if they're an entrepreneur or a parentpreneur or thinking about taking the plunge, or just want to peek behind the curtain of what it's like to start something off from scratch. Like, this book will inspire them. You will be their hero. They will thank you. Appreciate y'all. Love you. One.